So I passed the NCLEX last May 7th, and I received a lot of questions about it. So I'm making this video to try to answer those questions. If you're new here, my name is Nurse Fabb. I'm a Filipino registered nurse here in Canada. I'm going to answer some questions about how much do I need to pay for it. I need to clarify some of those things. And if you are interested to know all of that, then keep on watching. Okay, so the first question is, how much is NCLEX-RN? I'm currently in British Columbia, Canada, so I paid in Canadian dollars. So for me, I paid like around $360 Canadian dollars plus tax. So roughly about like, I don't know, 370s, 380. I forgot, but like it's kind of around that like range. I saw that if you are going to pay in US dollars, you're going to pay around $200, maybe plus taxes. And if you are taking the exam outside the US or Canada, I'm not sure about Australia though, but like if you're taking the exam outside Canada and the US, it's considered like a satellite testing center. So you have to pay like international scheduling fee. And I think that's about like $150. So I took mine in BC, and if you're gonna take yours in Canada, I think you're just gonna pay like $360. Okay, the next question is, what review center did I use? Or like, did I enroll myself into a review center or such? Recently, I've been like hearing that there are review centers here in Canada for the registered nurses NCLEX, but I did not like enroll myself into a review center. What I did was just buy a subscription for the QBank and on-demand videos for Archer review. So yeah, I bought the combo for 90 days because I was expecting that it would take me like 3 months to review for it. But again, as per my previous video, I took the chance to take it like within 2 weeks of registration. So I don't know. I don't advise doing that. So take the 90 or like at least a month reviewing. I don't think passing the NCLEX is solely based on you choosing the right subscription. It's basically you can choose the right like subscription, but if you're not going to study, I don't think you're going to pass. So it's really up to the student. It's really up to the nursing student or whoever is going to take the exam. So that's my 2 cents about it. So don't worry about like choosing the right review subscription or review center. You can try it out to see which one you think is more suitable for you, and then just go from there. But if you are asking what did I use Archer Review. Okay, next question is, what are the best study materials for NCLEX? I know a lot of nurses here in Vancouver, in Burnaby. I have a lot of relatives who are nurses. For me, it's really different for each nurse or like for each nursing student. I found out like some people like just answering questions. Some people watch like a couple of videos and then just focused on answering questions. Some people listen to Mark Klimek. I had an access to that, but I didn't really use it. But really, some people found it really helpful. So it's just a matter of like checking which one would work for you. Some people like writing notes. Some people just wanted to like answer questions. But I can say a lot of people used Archer. At least like 3 people that I personally know used Archer. That's why it's kind of like the deciding factor of like me taking Archer. Yeah, my advice is you figure out which one is suitable for you. You do your own research prior to buying something, use the free trial. Also, I also believe that your review doesn't like just start a month or two before your exam. I believe that it already started the first day of nursing school. So if you put in the effort from the start, I think the review would have the review part would be really easy breezy for you because you've already put in the effort since nursing school. So I think that's my opinion on it. So best strategy or like best study material is what you think is suitable for you. Some people like audio, some people like watching videos, some people are like more visual people. So it really depends on your preference, your learning preference. I suggest that you find your own the most suitable study material, study process for you. Okay, so the next question is, how do I register for NCLEX? Wait, I need position change. So the next question is, how do I register for NCLEX? I would probably make a future video about this, a more in-depth video on how I registered. But so if you don't want to miss that video, you should subscribe to this channel because I'm planning to put out more videos soon since I'm not going to school anymore. I think the very first step is like you choose the province or the state that you want to work in. So for example, I chose BC, so I had to like submit requirements to like BCCNM or the regulatory body for BC. I've heard a lot of people took the NCLEX through the New York boards, I think, New York regulatory body, because I'm not sure if it's easy because like different provinces, different states have different requirements. So I think New York has like easier requirements or easier processing time. I don't know, I have to find that out. But like I've heard a lot of classmates went through like the New York regulatory body. And yeah, you have to figure out which regulatory body you would like to like be registered in. Then you would know like their eligibility. Then you're gonna have to make an application to the board. Then once everything is finished, for example, I did my supplemental education. Once I got that, I became eligible for the NCLEX. So they sent me an email explaining how to register for it. I'm gonna post it here, but I registered here. And once I registered here, you're gonna put in the regulatory board that allowed you to take the exam, right? So I put in BCCNM. Then after I paid the 360 buck registration fee, I think after I registered, they like verified my eligibility through the regulatory board, which is BCCNM. And after I received my authorization to test, or ATT, that's when I was able to schedule for my NCLEX. That is, so when I received my authority to test, that's when I was able to schedule my exam. So in relation to like the registration process, next question is, how long would it take for you to get your authorization to test? Probably it would be depending on like the regulatory body, but like for BC, I literally got it after 2 hours of registration. So I received an email that I got the authorization to test, and yeah, that's when I scheduled for my NCLEX exam. Okay, so the next question is, how many times can I take the NCLEX? So I'm gonna explain more about this later, but like in BC we have what we call like provisional registration. So if you're under provisional registration, you have 2 attempts or 2 tries to get to pass the NCLEX. After the 2 tries, they have to cancel your provisional registration, but you can still try it unlimited times until you pass, and then you're gonna regain your license after that. But I guess if you don't have provisional registration, you can take it how many times you want. But I think it needs to be like every 45 days. If you fail, you have to like wait 45 days to schedule your exam again. I think that's how it works. So you have to like pay again and schedule it after 45 days of your last take. That's it. Okay, so the next question is, what is the passing score for NCLEX? So this is quite a difficult thing to explain because it really is. I mean, because it's not your usual exam. It's not like a 1 to 100 exam, and if you get like what 75 or 85, you will pass. It's a computer adaptive exam. So if you scored correctly, the tendency is the computer would feed you more difficult questions. And if you scored poorly, or like if you didn't get the questions, they either would just give you the same level of difficulty, which is not good. You're gonna pass if the computer is 95% confident that you are a safe nurse, or like you got the correct questions. So I really can't say. You just have to answer those questions until the computer is 95% that you are passable or you are failable. Finishing the exam in 85 questions doesn't mean anything. Like you could like certainly pass, or like you could have certainly failed. So also in turn, like answering 150 questions doesn't mean like you already failed or you already passed. So just prepare to answer 150 questions, build that stamina, and hope for the best. Hope that helps. All right. The next question is, can I work as a nurse while waiting for the result? Again, I've explained the concept of provisional registration. So if you have that registration, you can work until you attempted it twice. And if you fail on the second attempt, you have to stop working and focus on getting your exam. You're already hired, they have to like let you go if you don't pass your NCLEX. So that's like the scary part of having the provisional registration. But if you don't have that provisional registration, I don't think you can continue working, for example, in the state or the province that you choose that requires like the NCLEX. Okay, so the next question is like, how long does it take to get the result? And in the website, they said like official result will come in like within 6 weeks of your exam. I believe that is really depending on the regulatory body. So when I was preparing for my NCLEX, I've read a lot of like forums that says like, oh, it came like a day or two. In my province, it came like a day or two. Based on my experience, it came like the next day. So I took the exam May 7th at 8 a.m. I got the result May 8th at like 9:15 or 9:10 a.m. the next day. So roughly like 24, 25 hours. Yeah, I didn't film like a passing thing because I just received an email from BCCNM that I passed. So I thought I didn't capture like the successful examination video, but no worries, I still passed. Like I don't care. Okay, so last question, what are some effective strategies to pass the NCLEX examination? And good thing I already made that video. I will link it up here or in the end credits or down in the description box so that you guys can watch it. And there I explained not just like knowledge base, but how I manage my anxiety, what did I do with social media, stuff like that. So I really suggest that you check out that video. And I guess that's it, guys. Thank you for watching this video. And I'll see you on that video. Stay fabulously brave and beautiful. Bye.